Alright, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods today here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And in our showroom today, as we're going to go over with you folks out there, we have a 1986 Chevrolet Silverado K10 here. Again, all looks to be pretty much all original stuff here. The metal, interior, all that stuff. Now, when we get to the drive line, a little bit of a different circumstance there. It does have a crate motor in it, but we'll get to that whenever we get there. As you can see, our 86 K10 here, it's done in the two-tone color scheme. You can see it's got the dark gray up top and bottom with the blue down the center of the truck. Again, kind of a nice looking color combination for a vehicle like this. Now, as far as all of our bright work, all of your bumpers, your wheel lip moldings, drip rail moldings, any moldings around the car, the trim and so forth, all of that stuff is in really good shape. We'll kind of look at it as we walk around. I'm not necessarily going to pinpoint anything, just again, just know that you have all that stuff and it's in really good condition on the truck. In addition to the paint, also you do have the pinstriping here that does help to separate those colors and kind of bring them together. As far as wheels and tires on this vehicle, it's got Eagle alloy aluminum wheels on it. Of course, with it being a four-wheel drive vehicle, it's got the worn locking hubs on the front. And then as far as the tires go, these are going to be BFGoodrich all-terrain TA radial tires. And the sizes on these are 32, 11.5, R15 LTs, all four. And the tread is in excellent condition on all of these. Also, as we come back the side of the vehicle on the front fender, you can see it's got the Silverado 10 emblems here. You'll have matching emblems both sides, obviously. Like I said, you do have your molding down the side of the truck all the way back along the bed also, and that is all in really good shape. Nice and straight, polished up really well. Looks really good on the vehicle. Dual mirrors, so passenger and driver side mirror. The outside finish on them is good. There's no pitting on that. The glass in the mirrors is in great shape too. Windows on this truck too, again, looks to be a slightly tinted window on the side here. You've got your vent window. All the molding around that is in good shape. And again, your actual door glass here, no chips, no cracks in that. You can see the gaps also on this truck here as far as the doors go. So it matches up really well with the front fenders and your cabs here. And again, all your elevations, body lines and such, those are all in alignment too. Let's go ahead and open our door up. We'll take a look at the inside. Now again, this is all original interior. So it's got the blue bench seat up front with seat belts. You can see the blue carpeting, door panels, everything. This is all original to this truck. It does have a tilt column on it. It's column shift up there, automatic transmission. You got your factory heater controls. It does have an aftermarket AM FM CD player in it as well. Your dash is in good shape. I don't see any cracks in that dash at all. It's power windows, power door locks also on this truck. Now your weather stripping all the way around your doors here, you can see is in really good shape here. Nice and soft the whole way around. There's no rips or tears anywhere on it. So it's going to seal up really good from your outside elements. Close it up and the door shuts really nice as well. Now your truck bed here itself, the sides are in great condition. All solid metal and all nice and straight. Got your fuel tank right here, so you just open your lid up to fuel up. Again, wheel lip moldings on here. We've already gone over all the wheels and tires. As you can see down below, you can see one of the tailpipes. Now you do have dual exhaust on this truck, and your other one is going to poke out just on the other side exactly the same way that this one did. Now as far as our tailgate here, again, all metal there. Again, nice and solid. The paint's in good shape too. You've got your trim along the bottom edge here of the actual tailgate. Of course, you've got your Chevrolet badging here also. The bumper itself, it's made up with, it's got the diamond plate type finish on the top of it. The chrome around the whole thing is in really good shape too. And it does have a trailer hitch down below. Now let's go ahead and open our tailgate up here. And it is tethered. You've got your latches here, your hinges. Now inside you can see the truck bed's nice and straight in here. The floor's nice and straight. It's got the like the spray-on or the roll-on truck bed liner on it, so that's going to help protect it too. And you can see, like I said, bed is in really good shape on this square-bodied Chevy. So let's close that up. Okay, closes nice and easy. It's latched good and solid. Tail lights are in great shape. Those lenses, no cracks or chips out of any of those. Tail lights work great. As we come around the side here, again, nice straight metal here, nice smooth shiny paint. We've got another fuel tank here. It does have the dual fuel tanks. When we go underneath the truck to do our suspension, driveline, all that stuff, you'll see, we'll point out to you the dual fuel tanks that are underneath each side of the floor up here. As far as the passenger side door now, again, you can see the gaps here to the back side as well as the front. Nice tight gaps on it. Elevations, again, are right on this thing, and all of your body lines all in alignment. Door handles are in great shape. Your drip rail moldings too, those are in nice shape, nice and straight the whole way around. As you feel through that rain gutter there, again, nice and smooth all the way around there. Let's go ahead, open up our door on this side. So again, you'll just get to see it from the passenger side. The upholstery in the truck is actually in really good shape for being original. It does have the sliding rear window feature on it. So that makes it nice, you know, whenever you're driving around in the summertime. Open that up, let a little breeze come through there. Again, like I said, dash is in great shape. You've got your four-wheel drive shifter right there down in the center of the floor there if you ever need to use that. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, blue upholstery, blue carpeting, blue door panels. Again, all original upholstery. And as I mentioned before, you've got the mirror also here on the passenger side. Glass and everything, again, no chips, no cracks whatsoever. Matching emblems here on the passenger side front fender. And then we'll come around to the front of the vehicle. So again, this would be your typical 86 grille here on this thing. You've got your seal beam headlights here. So you've got your high and low beams here. They're all good bulbs. No chips, no cracks in any of those glass lenses. You can see the grille itself is in really good shape. It's got a hood ornament up top here. This is all steel hood too, by the way. Got your Chevy logo, your bow tie logo right in the middle. Nice chrome bumper. It's also got the bumperettes or the bumper guards here too, and even has the hard rubber or plastic black inserts on it there also. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Your hood, you can see elevations, gaps, all of that such. That is all in great condition on this truck. The windshield itself, no chips or cracks either. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and open up this hood. I believe there's a hood latch for it here inside. Let's look. So obviously, as you can see, the hood latch itself does work. So let's go ahead and raise this up now. Okay. So with the hood up, obviously you can see the hood hinges themselves. Those work as they should. They're holding it up on its own. Now underneath, again, as I said, for the most part, this truck is all original. This is even the case with your under hood insulation here. You can see, yes, does it look like it's a little bit old? Sure, but it's still tacked up the way that it should be. There's no pieces hanging down. It's all intact yet underneath here. So that's a good thing. That's going to help, you know, keep your heat under the hood where it needs to be. As far as the engine compartment itself, all black, your inner fenders and such, your firewall, same color as the cab, kind of a gray color there. Now as far as the motor goes, I've just touched on this briefly. It's a GM Goodrich crate motor, so it's going to be a good reliable engine. It's a 350 cubic inch motor too, so it's going to give you plenty of power too when you're out driving around. Everything that you see here on this car would be considered original for the car or factory for this vehicle. You've got the factory style air cleaner with your air inlet tube to pull air, fresh air from the outside of the car into the air cleaner and down the carburetor. Got the factory style radiator with the shroud with the clutch fan down there too. All the factory heat and air conditioning system is all here. All the belts are run, all the hoses are run, and all is functioning. You've got power brakes. This is disc brake up front, drum brakes on the rear, and it is a power steering vehicle. Now, like I said, four-wheel drive vehicle, you do have the manual locking hubs up front though, so if you ever want to use those. All right, so we've got our 86 Chevrolet Silverado K10 up on the lift here. We're going to go through it as we do with all of our vehicles, and we're going to go through suspension, steering, braking, frame, floors, exhaust, driveline, all of the same old that we do. Just to point out to you exactly what is underneath this truck here for all of those components. So, as we always do, starting up front here, we're going to go with the front differential and kind of work our way out here. So, it appears as though we've got a GM, this is a 10-bolt rear up here in your front differential. Obviously, it's the bigger 10-bolt. It's got the 8.5-inch ring gear inside, so it's a stronger 10-bolt than what you typically would have. And then again, you've got just your normal axles here for your front differential. All the way out here at the ends, we have our disc brakes. Now, this vehicle is power brakes, so you've got power front discs and then drums out on the rear of the vehicle along with the emergency brake or parking brake, all hooked up, all enabled, so it's going to function just as it should. As far as the suspension, of course, you've got the leaf spring up front here, and then you've got a set of Skyjacker. These are Hydro 7000 shocks on this truck, and again, those are in really good shape. If we look at the remaining components here, we do have a front sway bar on this vehicle. Sway bar, the bushings at the frame, as well as back here at the rear end where your U-bolts and so forth are at the leaf springs. All of those bushings and the mounting hardware and everything is all in really good shape on this truck. Even your knuckles and so forth out here at the ends for your axles here, those are all in good shape too on this vehicle. So that's the front suspension, front braking. Now, as far as the steering goes, it is power steering also. So again, the truck's going to steer fine. It's going to brake very good with the disc brakes up front. If we come back in now just a little bit of the ways here to our driveline now, we'll go ahead and start talking about that. So as far as the engine goes, obviously this is not going to be a numbers match vehicle, but it does have a 350 GM Goodrich crate motor in this truck, so it's going to be a good reliable motor for you nonetheless. Right behind that we have an automatic transmission, and this is the 700R4 automatic overdrive transmission. Now right behind, well, before we move on, the pan on the transmission as well as on the engine for your oil pan here, those are very dry, free from any leaks or drips here that I can see. As we work our way back, obviously with this being a four-wheel drive pickup truck, you're going to have your transfer case back here, and that is all dry too. Your drive shafts, both going to the front as well as the rear, those are in good shape. All your universals and so forth, all in good condition. And again, your rear drive shaft here especially is balanced. This is the one you're going to be riding off most of the time because you're going to be in two-wheel drive, but it is balanced. That'll eliminate a lot of your vibrations in the drive line. As far as the rear differential, again, a 10-bolt GM rear end. Let's see here, it's got the 373 gear ratio in it, and it is again the big 10. This is the 8.5-inch ring gear back here. So again, all good heavy-duty components on this four-wheel drive pickup truck. And as I mentioned, drum brakes back here with the emergency brake or parking brake, all the cables all hooked up and all functioning. As far as the rear suspension on the car, you can see it's got the multi-leaf rear suspension and just a normal set of gas shocks back here as well for your dampening. So that's suspension and driveline front to back. Now, as far as the frame and all of the floor in this car, in this truck, the frame is nice and straight all the way back, both sides. Again, even including the rails underneath the bed, all good and solid. Floors, as I look up here, from everything that I can see, I do not see any patching at all on the floors. Not even on the bed back here either. Everything looks, as far as the metal goes, it all looks in really good condition on this truck. Of course, you can see you've got the fuel tanks here. So you've got one underneath your, I guess it would be your floor here on the driver's side. You've got one over here on the passenger side as well. All of your mounting locations, all the bracing and so forth, those are all in good shape. And the fuel tanks, you can see those, not a mark on them. They all look to be in good condition too. Now, coming off the motor for our exhaust system, we've got just exhaust manifolds up at the motor. Of course, you've got the dual exhaust coming all the way back, routed around your transfer case here, nice and tight. You've got a set of dual accelerator, kind of like a turbo style muffler on it. And then of course, dual tailpipes that go back and then they extend out and exit out the rear of the vehicle, right underneath the rear quarters, like right behind the rear tires on this truck. So that is all done very nice. And then very lastly is going to be wheels and tires on this vehicle. Now, of course, it's been lifted, as you can tell. Got a little bit bigger tire underneath it too. Now, it does have 15-inch aluminum wheels on it.